What's up, second grade people? My name is Mrs. Holt, and I am your visual art teacher this year at Nursery Road. If you had me last year in first grade, you're looking at my face and you're like, this isn't Mrs. I don't know who this is. This person's not Mrs. Holt. She's Miss Revels. Well, yes and no. I am Miss Revels. I was Miss Revels, but now I'm Mrs. Holt. I got married. So my last name is now Mrs. Holt. So this is the way you will get related arts on Wednesdays. Since we are on a half-day virtual schedule, all of the related arts teachers, so Miss Senor Torres, Mr. Yock, or Coach Yock, excuse me, Miss Compton, Mr. Eason, Mr. Owens, we will all be making a video for you guys for your teachers to give to you on Wednesdays for y'all to participate in related arts. So every week, you'll get a different related arts teacher. So this week, it's your lucky week. It's Miss Revels. Not Miss Revels. I'm Mrs. Holt. Y'all got to bear with me on that. It's Mrs. Holt's week to hang out with you guys in the second grade. So we are going to work on two elements of art today. The first one is line, and the second one is color. Two of my favorite things in the world, lines and colors. So we're going to start with a piece of paper, any size paper you have, notebook paper, whatever you have. You're going to start with your piece of paper, and you're going to need just either some markers, some crayons, colored pencils, whatever art supplies that you have on hand for your color. But you are going to need a black marker, Sharpie marker, even a black pen if you have that at your house. You just need something that is black that you can use. So you're going to start with line, and a line is a dot that takes a walk. So let me show you what I mean. You're going to start with your black pen or your black marker, and you're going to draw what we're going to can only be referred to as a crazy line. Now, we talk about straight lines, wavy lines, curvy lines, curly lines, loopy lines, dotted lines, dashed lines, all kinds of different lines. This line is a crazy line, and it just means it's lost its mind. So I'm going to start with a dot anywhere on my page, and I'm going to let my hand just go crazy on my paper. I'm going to let my line cross over itself. It overlaps itself. And I want to do this a couple of different times. Part of my crazy line is straight, some is curved, some is looped. And you're just going to work across your whole page, creating this crazy line. The reason we want it to cross over itself is because it's creating shapes. So where my line crossed over here, this is kind of like a little rectangle, right? Here we've got an oval. This looks like a leg to me right here. Y'all see that? But anywhere this is like a triangle. So you want to make sure your line crosses each other so that you create these shapes. And you want to end your line back where you started so it's not open, okay? So now you've got this like really weird looking thing on your paper, and you've got different shapes ready for us to work in. So now we're done with black, and get that guy out of here. The next thing you're going to need are three very important colors, and they are called the primary colors. Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. The reason they're called primary colors is because you can't mix two colors and make red. Red is always going to be there. You can't mix two colors and make yellow. It just exists in the world. But if you have red and yellow, you can mix those two together to make, anybody know? Orange. Orange is what's called a secondary color because you can mix two colors to make orange. If I mixed yellow and blue, anybody know? No? Yes? If I mix yellow and blue, I'm going to get green. Verde. Green is a secondary color. If I mix red and blue, which again are primary colors, I can get purple. Red and blue make purple. So your primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. And your secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. All these colors together, do you know what they make? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Makes Miss Holt's favorite thing in the world, a rainbow. A rainbow. That's what happens when you mix your primary colors to make your secondary colors. You get the rainbow. Today, we're going to kick these secondary guys out of here because we don't need them right now. We're going to pop them out. We don't need red. We don't need orange, purple, or green. You just need, say it with me, primary colors. Primary colors, one more time, red, yellow, and blue. So I'm going to start with red just because, why not? And again, if you don't have markers, you can use crayons. You could use colored pencils. If you have paint, use your paint. But what are the three colors we're using? Red, yellow, and blue. And they are our what? Primary colors. So start off with whatever color tickles your fancy, and we're going to pick a shape. So any of these shapes on your paper that you made with your crazy line, just pick one. I'm going to start with this guy here because it's really funky and cool. And I'm going to take my first primary color, and now I have two options. I can fill it in solid. I can color it all the way in solidly. Or I can use another element of art called a pattern. And a pattern is something that repeats itself. I'll show you an example. If I wanted to fill this funky little shape in here with a pattern, I could use a repeating straight line. Just like this. And as I'm repeating this straight line, I'm creating the beginning of a pattern. Okay? Now, to make more of a pattern, I can make patterns out of lines, I can make patterns out of shapes, and my favorite way to make a pattern is out of color. Color, baby, color. So if I want to make a pattern out of color, remember I can only use red, blue, and yellow, or red, yellow, and blue, my primary colors, and you can only use one color in each shape. So can I put yellow in this shape? Not today, friends. I'm going to fill in every other one of these blocks with the color red. Now I've made a pattern with red and white. Just like that. Easy peasy. Now, I've got two shapes next to this one that I've made here. I've got this funky cool shape here, and I've got this giant shape that lives all the way around it, even down here. So I don't want to use red in the shapes next to what I've already used red in, because then it's going to look kind of weird. So I can only use yellow and blue in the shapes next to it. Now, if you want to color in something solid, you probably want to pick a smaller shape. Like this giant guy right here, I don't think I want to color that in solid because that would take a really long time and it would use a lot of my marker, and I want to keep my marker safe. So I'm going to choose blue to color in my small shape with another pattern. Okay, so this I might decide I like polka dots. So I'm going to have some blue polka dots in here. Different sized polka dots. Some of them are babies. Some of them are big. Whatever I'm deciding. Bing. And now my next step is to do another pattern in this large space. That might take me a while. Now notice I'm taking really special care to only color in this funky cool shape. I don't want my yellow lines to go into these shapes because they're going to be another color. So I'm only going to go in this shape. And the way that I do that is while I pull this line down, when I meet another black line, I stop. So I bring my yellow all the way down till I meet that black line, then I pull my pen back up. Bring it from the top all the way down till I hit a new shape, then I'm going to stop. So repeat that process, and remember, Miss Rebels, well, it's going to take me a minute. My name is not Miss Rebels, it's Miss Holt. Mrs. Holt does not want to see a bunch of artworks that look exactly the same as mine. I have my piece of artwork. I don't need 25 more pieces of my artwork. I want to see your artwork. So do you have to do the exact same patterns and the same order as me? No, I don't want to see that. I want to see your own creativity, your own ideas using your own patterns. So now I'm just going to keep on working, filling in these spaces. Remember, you can fill spaces in completely. Remember, if you have a smaller shape, that's probably going to work the best. One more thing to note is craftsmanship. It's my favorite thing in the world. You don't want to use your blue marker and color in like this and then hand that in and say, Miss Rebels, I'm done. No, friend, you're not. Because that's not very good craftsmanship. Craftsmanship's how well or neatly you do something. So when I'm coloring in something solid, especially when I'm using a marker, I want to use the side of my marker, not the tip, but the side of my marker. So I'm holding my pen or my marker kind of slanted, and I'm just going to make lines that cross over each other with the side of my marker going in the same direction. And this is going to give me a really nice, solid block of color. It's going to be nice and dark. No peekaboo spots. We don't want them. And that's that. All right. You're just going to keep working until you're finished. I'm going to zoom through and speed this up so you can see the final product. All right, guys, while I'm speeding through this video of me finishing my piece of artwork, you should be continuing to work on your own art. This should only take you around 30 minutes from start to finish. So as soon as the video is not 30 minutes, but you're going to still keep working on your artwork even after until you're done. If this takes you longer than 30 minutes, then just set it to the side and we'll work on it at a later date. I hope you guys enjoyed making some art with me today. I will see you next time, either in school or we'll be together live virtual for visual art. Bye.